Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Psychic Grandma. I hope all my friends out there are having a beautiful day. Stay healthy. Hey, part two of my paranormal activity trip. Um, I hope you got a chance to watch the video that I put up on Thursday. Um, if not, go see that one first and then watch this one. But anyways, oh, and like I said too, if you ever experience any paranormal activity, please leave it down in the comment area. I would love to read about it. Um, and I'm sure other people would too. Sorry, allergies again. So anyways, it's good to be back with all of you guys. So where did I leave off? The bedroom. Okay, so we're all getting ready to go to bed. My son went right into the bedroom after he kicked me out of that one bedroom. He just went in there. He was wiped because he did all the driving. Um, then I saw my daughter-in-law. She came out of the bathroom. She took a shower. Not me. Because like I said earlier in part one, I had very bad negative energy coming from that bathroom and the two bedrooms and down the hall. But anyways, so we go to bed. Now, I probably went to bed about 10 or 9. And I looked at my watch, so I knew what time everything was starting to play out. So I get into bed and I'm like, oh, I'm so tired, So I'm climbing into bed and everything. And right when I put my head down on the pillow, I'm like wide awake. I felt like I had so much energy. I was wide awake and I'm like, oh no. I just wanted to go to sleep. Well, 10 minutes or so went by and I started getting tired. And I was dozing off. Now, I know over the years about the paranormals, a lot of times that's when they like to bug you, is when your mind starts to rest and you're not thinking about what happened during the day. It's kind of like a blank, slate in your head, like it's quiet there, because you're about to fall asleep. And I think that's when they can get in. So anyway, I'm starting to doze off, and then I hear this clunking sound. And I'm like, what the heck is that, right? Then, I didn't think much of it. Then I start dozing off again, and I hear the clunk, right? And I'm like, this is a little irritating, right? It's only like one clunk. And then it did that probably about 4 times or so. Every time I was just about to doze off. And then the next time when I was about to doze off, I hear the clunk. And then I heard sliding of furniture. And I'm like, what the heck is that? And I couldn't figure out, the clunking was driving me nuts. Like I'm trying, what is that sound? And that's what I finally came up with is, after 4 or 5 times hearing it, it was like a clunk sound. But this next time, like I said, I heard the clunk, but then on top of that, and then beyond that clunk sound, I heard, it sounded like somebody was sliding furniture. And now I'm getting really irritated, okay? And I'm thinking, what are they doing out there? I thought maybe one of my family members was doing something. And I knew everybody went into their rooms, but I'm like, whatever, maybe the grandmother got up and was doing something, or my son or something. So then I'm like, okay, so that all went through my mind, and then I started dozing off again, and then suddenly that clunking sound went 6 times in a row, like clunk, 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 really getting me, because I was really about to fall asleep. At that point, I was really tired. So I kind of snapped out of it, and it was still going, right? And I can hear it going clunk, 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 and then the sliding of the furniture. And I'm like, oh, if they do this one more time, I'm gonna go out there and check and find out who, you know, like who's doing this noise, like who's up, you know. So then about a half hour went by, around 9:30, right? It did it again. And I'm like, fine, I'm gonna get out of bed. Actually, it was about 9:35, okay? And I got out of bed and I said, okay, fine, I'll get out of bed, I'll check, and then I'll go to the bathroom. This way I won't wake up 2 hours from now and have to go to the bathroom, right? So I'll try to go. So I open up my bedroom door, I come out, and the other grandmother was in the bathroom because I saw the bathroom door open just a little bit like this and the lights on. So I didn't, and then she had her bedroom door open. And like I said, they had bunk beds, but she's Vietnamese, so she likes to sleep on the floor. She said she's more comfortable on the floor. So she didn't want to get up on that top bunk bed. So she laid on the floor. So I looked in there and I didn't see her, so I knew it was her in the bathroom. And like the hallway is very narrow too. It's not much room. Like two people can't walk like down together. It's kind of difficult. So the rooms are really close together, across from each other, like the bathroom and everything. You take maybe, 2 steps, you're in the bathroom. It's pretty narrow. But anyway, so she's there, and I didn't want to scare her when she came out. So when I waited to when the door started opening up more. So when she started opening up the door more, I said, her name's Mai, or we call her Bowai for grandma. So I said, Mai, Bowai, it's me. I let her know I was there. So she opens up the door all the way. She grabs my arm really quick, like that, right? And she was holding on tight. I'm like first I'm like, like she shocked me. I didn't expect that. And she pulls me over to the doorway of her bedroom. I'm like, what's wrong? What? And you know what? I never did go to the bathroom. It just dawned on me. So anyway, so she grabbed my arm, right? And she pulls me over to the doorway. And she says, Megan, I saw a ghost. I'm like, what? I saw a ghost. I said, what do you mean? Where? She said, it walked down the hallway, right? Really fast. She goes, I was laying down on the floor and the bedroom door was open and I was looking out the hallway. And like I said, it's very close to the bedroom. And I looked up and I seen it go zoom really fast and it was all white and it was like medium height or so. I'm like, no way, seriously? And she goes, yes. So then, because like I said in the first video, I like to think logical first before I just assume it's paranormal. So I was testing her and I said, you sure you weren't sleeping? And she yelled at me. She goes, no, I wasn't sleeping. I really saw it. And I'm like, okay. I was just checking. I believe you, And I said to her, but why? Did you ever experience any paranormal before? She goes, no, never, no. I'm telling you though, I saw this white spirit, like a ghost, walked by my bedroom. And I'm like, oh my God, yeah, I'm thinking. And out of this time span, I said to her, what time was this? Did it just happen? What? She goes, 9:30, around 9:30. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, I'm dealing with all this clunking and, oh, and I forgot to tell you too, besides the clunking and the moving of furniture, the energies in the room before that even started happening, when I first got in there and laid down, the energy started getting really heavy and like a negative energy. and it was kind of bothering me. That's why I kind of, like, when I said I was wide awake and I had like a lot of energy, because that energy was hitting me. So I was feeling at that time, I was feeling like a negative energy, but then I was feeling a more soft, calmer energy, right? And that's normally like a loved one, something that's not evil or negative. But the negative energy, when it hits you, it's more like, someone who died that was very angry, or, like sometimes a soul will get attached to a house and they don't like it when people move in, after they die, because it's their house, so they're angry. Or they're angry, maybe they were just an angry person in life. Or it's even more evil, so you do have to be careful. But if it's more like, I feel like somebody's watching me, or, you don't get nervous, or you don't feel like scared, like it's more, like somebody's watching me or something like that. That's more, it could be more like a loved one, like I was saying, the difference. Like I could tell like that, like now after all these years, being in so many different places and everything, like, the difference between the energies, like negative or more positive, like a loved one, that you don't have to worry about. So anyway, so I was feeling both of that, and that was really hitting me hard, and I forgot to mention that. But I was so tired, and then dozing off, then that's when I was hearing that clunking in the furniture. So anyway, so going back to, Boai, so I said to her, what time was this? And she said about 9:30. And I'm like, oh my God. And here I was going through all this, picking up the energy, hearing the sounds and all that. But she didn't know I was going through all that either. So then, so she says to me, I said, well, I'm going to go back in my bedroom. And she says, well, I'm going to lock my door. And I bust out laughing. I'm trying to be quiet, but I bust out laughing. I said, Boy, locking the door ain't gonna help. Don't you realize ghosts can walk through walls and doors? So it don't matter if you lock your door. She goes, I'm still gonna lock my door, right? Because she was like pretty upset, stressed out. And so I laughed about it, right? And then so anyway, so I turned around away from her and facing the hallway, and I took like 2 steps to go into my room, and she was about to shut her door, like she's reaching over for the door, and I'm like moving, and when I took 2 steps, boom, negative energy just went right through me, and I started getting really like nervous and scared, and that's not normally like me. That never happened to me like to this extent, right? I mean, it's fascinating to me, all that. And when I was a kid, I got scared because I didn't understand, but now I understand it all. So I don't really get scared or anything, or so shooken up. But it hit me so hard, I backed up and I said, I'm not sleeping in that room, because I knew what happened to me earlier, right? The pressure I was feeling and everything of the energy. But this was totally different. This hit me like a big wave, just, like a wall just hit me. And then I said, I'm not sleeping there. I'm going to sleep in your room, right? And I figured, well, I'll just climb up on the top bunk bed, the top part, since she's going to sleep on the floor anyways. And she started laughing. I'm like, what? She goes, you're a psychic medium. Why are you scared? And I'm like, I don't know. I just feel very like anxiety, like really nervous. And then I said, look at my hands. And my hands were like shaking like this. My body was like shaking. And I said, I don't know. I don't normally get this way, right? So I was like like thrown by this, because it never happened to me. And then when I calmed down a little bit, then I realized that energy, I think it went through me. You know what I mean? So I picked up all that negative energy. So then, don't forget now, I'm going on 64 and I'm a little overweight. So I said, I'm sleeping with you guys. So I climb up on the ladder to get up on the top bunk. And it was broken. The whole bed was shaking like this. And I'm like, how the heck am I going to get up here, Rachel? I'm trying to get up there. And, I thought I was going to, break my back, fall back or something. And then I get up there and I'm sitting up there and I'm up high, right? And the ceiling's almost hitting my head. And I'm thinking, how the hell am I going to get down from this bed in the morning? My son's going to have to come over. I'm going to have to jump in his arms or something. I did get down all right, but it was shaky. So I'm laying there, and I hate it because you just move a little bit and the whole frame's I felt like the frame was going to break. And then plus it triggered memories of when I was very young in this house that was very haunted. And there was times where my bed would just shake. I hated that. And that's what it kind of reminded me of. But anyway, so before I went to sleep, I said to myself, man, I hope I don't have a nightmare, because I know if there's a negative force in somebody's home or wherever you're staying, that it will attack you through your dreams, it will give you nightmares, So I said that to myself. So anyways, meanwhile, I'm trying to go to sleep. And Bowai, she told me this in the morning. She said that she saw the handle of the bedroom turn because she shut the door and locked it. Not that it's going to help, but it made her feel safe. So she said that she saw the doorknob move and somebody was trying to come in. And I'm like, okay, I believe her. So anyways, she told me that in the morning. So then it was close to morning, and I hear this oh, and then a scream. I thought it was my grandson having a nightmare or something, But so then about an hour and a half later, then it was time to get up. So I got up. I did make it down safely. And so Bowai is telling me, she goes, Megan, come here. So I sat on the side of the bed, because now she's in the bed with Keanu, right? So she said, I had a nightmare. I'm like, oh, I thought that was Keanu. And then Keanu's half asleep. He's so cute. And he goes, no. I said, Bowai, you okay? Because he was concerned about his grandmother, because how she screamed and everything. I said, oh, I thought that was Keanu having a nightmare. And she goes, no. And then she says, she tells me the nightmare. And she was upset. She was worked up over it. She said that she dreamed that she was in the dining room area of this house, and this young girl, was asking her to help her, to save her. And so Bowai said that she wrapped her arms around the girl and said, come with me. And something evil was going after them. And so she ran into our bedroom with the girl in her dream. And then she knew the evil thing was chasing them. So I guess that's why she screamed. It was really scary for her. And I said, it was a girl? And she goes, yeah, it was a girl. Now, remember back in the video, in part 1, that Keanu said he saw a girl standing behind us. And Bowai wasn't even in the area. She was somewhere else on the other end of the house, so she didn't even hear Keanu say all this. And then, and like I said, no, I didn't say, but she has a hard time understanding English. She talks a little English, she talks better than what she understands. Sometimes she thinks she understands it, but then she don't really understand what we're saying. But she does really well trying to talk it. So I don't know if she would have even understood what Keanu was saying at the time anyways, if she did overhear, but she didn't, because she wasn't even near us at all. And we were whispering because his mother was on the phone with a business call. So anyway, so remember about the girl. So then my daughter-in-law, she gets up and she sees us all talking. So she comes in and she goes, what's up? So we told her everything, what happened, how her mother saw the ghost walk down the hallway. I told her everything I was experiencing in the bedroom. And then her nightmare, we told them about the nightmare, and we're saying, the house is haunted. I said, did you, and then I did say to Bowie earlier, I said, I wonder if they experienced anything. She goes, they'll be fine. That's what she said. But anyway, so when Amy was there, my daughter-in-law, I said, did you experience anything? Now, I do have to explain about Amy. Amy is the type that she don't want to really believe in it. She does believe in it, and that's the problem. It scares the hell out of her. She puts this wall up, and she don't really want to talk about it. She don't want to ever go through it. You know what I mean? She's really scared. And by her being scared, she puts this wall up. And she's the type of person anyways, like if something happened, she would just freeze like a deer in headlights. She wouldn't react. Like if a kid got hurt or if somebody was drowning, she would just freeze. It's just who she is. And then, so she said, no, I slept like a baby. And I'm like, Amy, you figures, because I know how she is, right? And she started laughing. So she goes into the bedroom and told my son. My son comes out of the room, white as a ghost. And should I do, it's getting late again. I think we got to do number 3. Okay? Part 3, we're going to have to do it. So anyways, thank you for listening to this paranormal activity on our trip to Orlando, Florida. And I'll talk to you real soon. I hope you come and join us in part 3 because it's still really, really good. It might be even a part 4 or 5. But anyways, have a good day, and I love you all, and I'll talk to you real soon. Okay? Please pass that white light forward. Until next time, bye-bye.